The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
The content heard on the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show is for informational or educational purposes only and does not substitute professional medical advice or consultation with healthcare professionals.
Hi, this is retired Army Captain Dr. Tommy O'Brien. For 25 years, I devoted my practice and military career to not only medically treating my patients, I have educated and guided them to a healthier lifestyle which improves the quality of their lives. Please contact me by visiting drtommyo.com. That's drtommyo.com. As an osteopathic medical physician, I am able to offer more than one would expect from an MD. I apply hands-on manipulation in concert with medical treatments to not only treat the illness, but the effects as well. Additional services I provide include medical weight loss and medical marijuana. Please contact me by visiting drtommyo.com for an immediate appointment. If you don't have medical insurance, or if your medical deductibles have not been reached or are very high, I offer an easily affordable membership program which allows you unlimited visits for a small monthly premium. Please contact me by visiting drtommyo.com. drtommyo.com, or call 631-980-8200. That's 631-980-8200. And let's put you on the track to a better health and better healthcare at an affordable rate. Welcome to the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show. I am your host, Dr. Thomas O'Brien. The Ask Dr. Tommy O Show can be heard every Wednesday at 4 p.m. on 103.9 Long Island News Radio. I offer a very affordable concierge practice which allows you access to quality care you really deserve. With no rush office visits, both you and I can discuss your healthcare needs. As your primary care physician, it is important for me to have a baseline knowledge of your health. A history physical is the starting point of a patient's story. This is the time when our physician-patient relationship begins. The patient will explain their past medical history and mention their medications. I will then perform a thorough physical exam. This is where I look, listen, and feel. I look at the patient while they're speaking to me, I listen to what they're saying, and I feel them both physically and emotionally. This way, when you come to my office not feeling well, knowing your history allows me to properly diagnose and treat your illness. If you wait, it's too late. To my military family, I got your six. To my Masonic brothers, the light is bright. Over the years, my friends have asked me, Tommy, how do you develop a show? Where do you get your content? How do you develop it? I said, simple. I said, this is New York City in the metropolitan area. We have 13 million people living here, and every day there's an incident. Every day, whether it's small or large. I mean, just recently we just had a subway shooting. Oh, come on. What's going on, people? It's time to wake up. Enough of this. I mean, it's terrible. You can't even go to our own city, New York City, the Big Apple. This is where it all happens, where it all begins. We just can't go there anymore. It's time to push out the people who are just not caring for us. Time to make change. All right, so before I discuss today's topic, I would like to mention that I am a ringside physician with almost 20 years of experience. I am certified through the United States Boxing Association, the governing body that oversees amateur boxing and the United States boxing team. My function serves to maintain the health and wellness of boxers within the Metro chapter. This includes medical clearances for those boxers who participate in the national competition as well as local boxing shows, and I perform pre- and post-bout exams, which is an excellent segue into today's show. Yesterday, I received a phone call from a coach who I've known for 18 years. He said he's referring one of his boxers to me. After a lengthy conversation, I was informed this boxer sustained a head injury a year ago while they trained at a non-certified gym. This former trainer matched them with a more experienced boxer during a sparring session. This boxer was hit so hard that their bell was rung 3 times in the same sparring session, meaning they had seen stars. Seeing stars requires a minimum of 30 days off from entering the gym, and the boxer must be medically cleared after a thorough neurological exam by their physician. Now, they saw stars 3 times in the same sparring session. This is a huge no-no. All right? So you understand, huge no-no. We do not do that. We do not allow that. When I say we, I'm talking about those who are certified through the United States Amateur Boxing Association. We're here to protect the boxers. Protect them. They're not going to make big, huge money. They have to live a life. The percentage of boxers who become pros, that becomes millionaires, are extremely small. It's like less than 0.5%. It's so small. This is more about developing skills, developing how to, I always say when you're a boxer, the skills you learn in the ring, you can apply out the ring. We want to build champions both in and out of the ring. These are skills to learn how to, it's really life skills. That's the point I'm making here. It's life skills, how to raise a family, how to get a job, how to fight through hardships. That's what you're learning, the skills though learned in the ring. Seeing stars after a high-impact head trauma causes a soft jelly-like brain to slam into the skull, specifically the posterior aspect of the brain. And this is where the visual cortex is located. A disruption of blood flow and nerve function occurs. As I stated in previous shows, structure is function. Without proper structure, there is no function, but rather dysfunction. In this case, temporary structural changes occur, which results in visual disturbances. It's a year later, and I was told the symptoms are worsening. Now I need to perform a thorough neurological exam and send this individual in for a CT of the brain to rule out permanent brain damage. The take-home point, boxing is an excellent form of exercise. It builds character, endurance, self-esteem, strength, speed, and gives one the ability to protect themselves from an aggressor. However, before joining a boxing gym, make sure it's a United States Boxing Associated certified gym. To locate a certified gym, go to usaboxingmetro.com. That's usaboxingmetro.com. I am a certified ringside physician in the Metro chapter, and this is the Metro chapter. When you go to the website, all you need to do is click Register Gyms, and then you're going to see the gyms throughout, because this is the Metro, so this is going to be Lower Westchester, New York City, and that's all 5 boroughs, as well as Long Island and Suffolk County, because that's the Metro chapter's region, and I am certified there. So you will see all the gyms. Now, to be certified, you must register, and the coaches must attend meetings so they can get certified. These meetings will teach them rules and regulations and policies. We also teach and they learn about injuries. When a boxer sustains an injury, what they should be doing. And so there's no issues. I mean, I refuse to get involved with what we call smokers, and these are non-sanctioned events. So you have, just promoters looking to raise quick money, and they bring, what we call a smoker, and you have 2 boxers get in the ring, and they just pound each other into the ground. That is dangerous. We will not sanction. When I say we, I'm talking about the United States Boxing Association, the Metro chapter. We will not sanction that because it's so dangerous. We have to protect each other. My job is to protect the boxers. The coaches and trainers' job is to protect the boxers. We're looking for health and wellness to build strong skills to be used in everyday life. Not everyone's going to be a champion. Like I said, very few are. But if you're the chosen, that's fine. But for the rest of us, we're not chosen. Therefore, we're building skills that can be used both in and out of the ring. All right, so I have about a minute and a half left. That's how quick the time goes. And then I'm going to go into today's topic, which relates to this particular individual. So if you're looking for a physician, and you're not happy with your relationship, give me a call. Let me help you lead a happier and healthier life. If you wait, it's too late. It's important for you to develop a strong relationship with your physician. Again, I offer a very affordable concierge practice for the price of less than a cell phone, for the price of less than your Cablevision bill, your internet service. You have your personal physician. My practice is limited. I'm only going to have between 300 and 400 patients. So that means when you need me, I am there for you. You're not going to wait 6 weeks. You're not going to wait 4 to 6 months to get in to see me. If you're a new patient, I will be there for you. To learn more about my practice, go to drtomio.com. That's drtomio.com. Or if you prefer to stop by my office, it's located at 250 Patchogue Yaphank Road, East Patchogue, New York. Or give me a call, 631-980-8200. That's 631-980-8200. If you wait, it's too late. Welcome back to the Dr. Tommy O Show. I am your host, Dr. Thomas O'Brien. Today's topic, traumatic brain injury. Traumatic brain injury. As I stated in the opening half of today's show, I am a certified ringside physician with the United States Boxing Association, the governing body that oversees amateur boxers and the United States boxing team. That's where the rules and regulations and the governing body sets this up, and this is all about protecting our community. 2 years ago, I was working an event here on Long Island, and it was a charity show. It was a sanctioned show. It was 10 bouts. The second to last bout was 2 amateurs. Now, to understand, I was talking about being certified. Now, you need to go to a certified gym. Why? Because as I stated earlier, the trainer from that previous gym set up. It was uneven. They matched someone that was more experienced than the other, and that is why this individual is injured. Now I have to do a thorough workup because based on what I've heard, I need to really do a thorough job because I'm really concerned that there's going to be permanent damage. Now, when you go to a certified gym, we know because there are rules and regulations, and we discussed this, that you're going to set up boxers based on skill level. So an amateur with an amateur, an open boxer with an open boxer. You do not have an advanced boxer sparring or competing against someone who's an amateur. It's just unmatched, and that's a formula for disaster. We do that, and that's what happened with the boxer in the introduction. So here on this particular event, it was the second to last bout, because we call them bouts. Okay, it's in a boxing event, and each 2 individuals when we don't say fight, you fight in the street, we say box. So each round, because there's depending on typically amateurs are going to be 3 rounds, and for each one it's called a bout. So you have 2 boxers, 3 rounds, and each one will have a bout, okay? And each bout, in this particular show, there was 10 bouts, so there was 20 boxers participating in this event. So it is the 8th bout, 2 amateurs, no experience, first show, equal and beautiful fight. I mean, the might, it was equal. So for pound, their boxing skills were equal. Post-bout inspection, I examined him. Everything was fine. Everything was looking good. 5 minutes later, I get an emergency call. I had to run over to to the coach. I looked at the boxer that was just in the ring. One eye was contracted. One eye was dilated. I said, oh, this is not good. Called the ambulance, rushed him to the hospital immediately. This individual had to be rushed to the hospital and within 30 minutes had emergency surgery because they had a brain bleed. This does not happen. This is it is unique. It just doesn't happen. Especially, we're like, well, I was upset. I couldn't believe it. I took time off. I couldn't. Why did this happen? Because it happened on my watch. It happens. Statistically, very, very low because we match equally. You're going to see that with smokers. So we're trying to prevent that type of injury. So that's how serious this can be and how fast things can turn ugly. But we got on top of it, saved his life, and the family was very thankful. Today's topic is traumatic brain injury. Traumatic brain injury is due to head trauma. It is a common presentation in emergency department and usually accounts for more than 1 million visits annually. It is a common cause of death and disability among children and adults. According to the CDC, 176 traumatic brain injury related deaths occur per day. That's right, per day. Again, statistically, if you're 75 years or older, there's a higher probability that you're going to be admitted for a traumatic brain injury. Again, statistically, males are 2 times more likely than females to be hospitalized from traumatic brain injury. And we'll go into reasons why as we advance through this topic. Traumatic brain injuries can have a wide range of physical and psychological effects. Some signs or symptoms may appear immediately or after the traumatic event, while others may appear days or weeks later. So when someone has some sort of head trauma, I give post-trauma instructions, and I tell them this is what to expect. If you have any of these signs and symptoms, you need to go to the ER immediately. So what are some of the physical signs and symptoms? Those specifically symptoms. Headache, nausea and vomiting. Fatigue and drowsiness. Well, someone has concussion, they want to fall asleep. And then if they fall asleep, we're concerned about going into a coma. So we don't want them to fall asleep. So we try to stimulate them, keep speaking to them, and then we have to get them medical care. Problems with speech, dizziness or loss of balance. Sensory symptoms. And now I'm just naming a few. There's a lot more. These, just some that I felt that you need to be familiar with. Sensory symptoms. Sensory, right? We have our 5 senses: taste, smell, vision, hearing. Okay. Sensory problems such as blurred vision, ringing in the ears, a bad taste in the mouth, or changes, in taste, or changes in the ability to smell. Cognitive and behavioral or mental symptoms, okay? State of being dazed, confused, or disoriented. Loss of consciousness for a few seconds or even a few minutes. Memory or concentration problems, mood swings, or mood changes. Feeling depressed or very anxious. Difficulty with sleeping or sleeping more than usual. So what do? We need to reduce the risk of brain injury, okay? So how do we do that? The first thing is stop risky behavior. For the boys out there, stop being Evel Knievel. All right. Now we see in this city, all over the city, you see the kids on the motorcycles doing wheelies. They got the 4x4s, the quads. They're out there zooming around. Now we're starting to see this behavior on Long Island. Risky behavior. They're not wearing helmets. Even if they're wearing helmets, they're speeding. They're doing wheelies. That's risky behavior. Can't have that. You're breaking laws, and you're being a nuisance to our community, increasing the risk of traumatic brain trauma. Always wear a seatbelt when in a motor vehicle. A small child should always sit in the back seat of the car secured in a child safety seat or a booster seat that is appropriate for their size and weight. Just because you have a seat, it must be appropriate size and weight. So you have to look. There are instructions. There's a buying scale. So you have to, or if you're not sure, ask. Okay, ask and say, I need help. I have a child. If my child's 2 years old and they weigh approximately this, and then they will, where you're purchasing from, they can say, here's the graph with the scale. This is the one you should buy. Don't drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, including prescription medication, that can impair your ability to drive. I mean, that's a no-brainer. People do it all the time. I mean, how many times we see DWIs, the accidents? People look, what's sad is the person that was drinking survives. The person they hit ends up dying. This is not right. Just don't do it. All right? You have Uber service. You have taxis. You want to drink? Okay, adult beverage? Fine. But be an adult about it. Don't get behind the car, the keys, behind the steering wheel. Make the call. You can take an Uber ride home. And then tomorrow you can have one of your friends drive you back to where you were and you can pick up your car. Let's be smart. All right, so again, decrease risky behavior and that will reduce the risk of traumatic brain injury. Again, this goes really fast. So I offer a very affordable concierge practice which allows you access to quality care you really deserve. With no rushed office visits, both you and I can discuss your healthcare needs. To learn more about my practice, go to drtommyo.com. That's drtommyo.com. Or give me a call at 631-980-8200. You're looking for a strong, a good, family-friendly office. That's my office. Come and join my practice.
The content heard on the Ask Dr. Tommy O Show is for informational or educational purposes only and does not substitute professional medical advice or consultation with healthcare professionals.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.